The construction and elaboration of Cartesian Cogito. René Descartes, the father of modern philosophy, a great philosopher born in 1596 in a French village called Lahore, later named Lahore Descartes, acknowledging his greatness. Descartes got his education from La Fleche from year 1604 to 1612, where he learned ancient languages, scholastic philosophy, and mathematics. Descartes got recognition in his life and was a renowned philosopher and a mathematician. He invented Cartesian coordinate system and analytical geometry. He wrote a treatise on optics called Dioptrics and meteorology concerning the nature of rainbows. The culmination of his scientific achievement was Le Monde, that remained unpublished because it contained two heretical doctrines, rotation of the earth and infinity of the universe. The wrath of the Church in condemnation of Galileo deterred him from publishing his work in 1649. Due to his growing fame, Queen Christine of Sweden, who was very fond of philosophy, invited Descartes to teach her. She made Descartes wake early in the morning in cold. Descartes' frail health could not bear this, and in 1650 he died of cold, after remaining sick for 1 year. Descartes' project, The Birth of Cogito Ergo. In his meditation, he said that it is now some years since I detected how many were the false beliefs that I had from my earliest youth, admitted as true, and how doubtful was everything I had since constructed on this basis. And from that time I was convinced that I must, once and for all, seriously undertake to aid all my opinions which I had formerly accepted, and commence to build a new edifice of knowledge. For Descartes, the results of all previous speculation had to set aside the existing knowledge until clear and indubitable principles could be established to measure truth. So Descartes established 4 axioms of principles to set off his speculation. Excuse me, sir, but may I know, is that a gun or a candlestick? Oh, well, sure, yeah. Ah, now I'm sure, sir, it surely is a gun. Principle number 1. Never to accept anything as true if it does not have evident knowledge of its truth. Oh, it is so big, how to eat it? I'll cut it in pieces. Yum. Principle number 2. To divide each of the difficulty and examine them into as many parts as possible. Principle number 3. To begin thought in an orderly manner, moving from simple to complex thoughts. Principle number 4. To make enumeration so complete and review so comprehensive that one can be sure of leaving nothing behind. Like Francis Bacon, Descartes symbolized knowledge with a tree that had branches of mathematics, ethics, and mechanics, bearing the roots of metaphysics. One of the tree's branches, that is mathematics, was admired by Descartes the most. He was dazzled by the precise strokes of mathematics, and so he decided to follow its footsteps for his philosophical construction. About mathematics, he said that what pleased me with this method was that, with it, I was confident of using all my reason. Descartes' Meditation, originally called Meditation de Prima Philosophia. In this, Descartes importantly constructed the notion of I. The book is divided into 6 individual meditations linked together thematically, so the conclusion of the preceding one serves as the core debate of the next one. The meditation have a first-person narrator identifiable with Descartes, which refers to each meditation as a thinking done in a single day. The I of the meditation seems to be performing thought therapy, thereby detaching itself from false approaches towards truth by method. Meditation number 1 is titled as what can be called doubt. In this meditation, the meditator withdraws the mind from the senses. His first argument for doubting the senses comes from their occasional receptiveness. Descartes' quote regarding the senses that, "From time to time, I have found that the senses deceive, and it is prudent never to trust completely those who have deceived us even once." Descartes doubted his senses on the basis of his dreams. For instance, in his dream argument, he maintained that it was impossible to distinguish between reality while sleeping and waking. Moving towards the third argument, the meditator reaches upon an extreme skeptical point regarding God, as he quotes this concern: "How do I know that the God has not brought it about that there is no earth, no sky, no extended space, no thing, no shape, no size, no place, while at the same time ensuring that all these things appear to me to exist just as they do now?" Meditation number 2 is titled as the nature of human mind and how it is better known than body. The second meditation contains the famous Cogito reasoning of Descartes. Descartes said that Archimedes wished to find a single concrete point on earth so he could lift it with his lever to turn it upside down. I also wish the same single point to start my philosophy so I can build with that concrete central point a new unshakable body of knowledge. From God as a deceiver hypothesis, Descartes proceeds by saying that even if a deceiver is deceiving me, let him deceive me as much as he can. He can never bring it about that I am nothing, so long as I think that I am something. He continued by saying, "I am and I existing is necessarily true." He rendered his being by recognizing his thought, that is, his thought followed his existence. So he said, "I think and whatever thinks exist." Finally, "I think, therefore I am," or Cogito ergo sum. In meditation number 2, the meditator completes the concepts of Cogito in the following steps. Initial conclusion: I exist. Extended conclusion: Sum re cogitum. I am a thinking thing, which essence is to think. A thinking thing that doubts, understands, affirms, denies, wills, and has sensory perception. Final conclusion: the intellect is an essential feature of myself as a mind and of all mental activities. In the rest of the meditations, Descartes one by one solved various problems. For example, the meditation number 3 deals with the existence of God. It refuted the hypothesis of deception and concludes that since God is perfect, deception is a fault. Hence God cannot deceive, as He is perfect. Meditation number 4 is titled as Truth and Falsity. It explores the concept of judgment, error, freedom in human reasoning. In meditation number 5, the meditator tried to locate the source of metaphysical knowledge. In it, he reaffirms the existence of God and introduces the concept of innate ideas that reveal true and immutable nature of things. In the final meditation, the meditator says that if can know one thing distinctly without the help of other, then it follows that two things are separate. He said mind and body are distinct, but are attached to each other through pineal gland, which is situated at the back of the mind. That was how Descartes contrasted his ergo and cogito, and how he proceeded it, so he could understand himself and the world. The end.